The drums hit, the crowd erupts. From WWE to AEW, from NWA to TNA, all the way to New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is where legends rise. Aaron loves wrestling. Let's begin. Let the storm hit, feel the world shift. AEW, yo, we talking big lift. To the running roots, seeing fire in the booth. New Japan warriors fighting for the truth. Crowds roar loud when the spotlight shines. Aaron loves wrestling, we live for the grind. Step into the ring, hear the heartbeat thump. Pyro in the sky, let the bass line jump. From the classic days where the legends were made to the modern era warriors never afraid. We break down drama, every shock, every twist, every dream match moment that you couldn't resist. From Tokyo Dome nights to the big raw stage, from Power Earth Studios to AEW Rage. This is passion, combat, the soul of the show. We bring the breakdown, the hype and the glow. Every slam, every dive, every storyline ride. ALW where the love never dies. ALW where the love never dies.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Aaron Loves Wrestling Podcast, and I am Dr. Love himself, Aaron, and I'm here with a special guest, a guy I met at AEW all in Texas, and I swore, I kid you not, I thought it was Sting, but hey, I am so glad I got to meet him and I became friends with him. So everyone, I'm going to introduce you to the guy. I love Sting, but this guy loves him a little bit more than me, and I will introduce you to DoppelStinger.
What's going on, everybody?
How's it going?
It's going good, man.
Man, I kid you not, I thought you was the real Sting when I saw you walk by at AEW all the time.
Yeah, I've actually pulled a couple of the wrestlers too.
Really?
Yeah.
And speaking of wrestlers, there's one wrestler that I've been seeing you. Well, I mean, he kind of started it on Dynamite. When I saw that, my mouth dropped.
Yeah.
He goes by the name of Ricochet, who is the AEW National Heavyweight Champion. And I've seen you been calling him out. So, what's going on here?
Well, I went to sorry if my mic's too loud, but I went to Collision in Nashville. I was at AEW Dynamite, and I was there for that. And then a Collision, I'm just enjoying the show, doing my Sting tribute thing. And he comes out there. His boys are slamming some people in the ring. He walks over to the corner. And if you watch the show, they don't show my reaction. But he points over. He's like, Sting, get out of here before I punch you in your stupid face. And I just looked at him like this. And then I was like, come on. Right. So, but he didn't come over to me. So apparently he had a little issue that he had to settle with some country music star. So he didn't want to come over there and take care of business. Now, I'm not a wrestler, okay? I'm not in the shape that these guys are in. I'm not saying, like, I want to get in the ring and take him out. I'm just saying, man, if you're going to say it, bring it over there and do it. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to back down to a bully. I mean, if you want to be a bully, I'm not going to sit there and, like, just let you do whatever you say you're going to do. Just, I mean, if you're going to say it, at least look at me when you walk by. At least walk over to me and attempt to do what you say you're going to do.
Oh, yeah, I agree. And if you think about it, Sting and WCW always stood up to bullies. And he did AEW as well. I mean, NWO. They were bullying everybody around. And here comes Sting coming from the Raptors. We're not going to see you come down from the Raptors, are we?
I ain't coming down from no Raptors, man. that ain't me, man. I'll leave that to the icon, man. Like he's in better shape at his age than I am at mine, and he's a little bit older than me. He ain't too much older than me, but he's definitely older than me. But he's in great shape, and dude, his boys are jacked.
I know they are, and man, I've been a Sting fan. I first watched Sting. It was in TNA actually, because I became a wrestling fan in 2005, and later in 2006. I think that's when it was. I first watched TNA, and that's where he was at. And I thought, man, this dude's cool. And then I had a friend of mine, or not a friend, one of my dad's friends told me about WCW. I was like, what? I went to look at WCW stuff. I was like, oh, man, I kid you not. If I grew up watching that era, I'd be Team WCW. I mean, I love DX and Shawn Michaels, but
I mean,
awesome.
I mean, I'm not, I'm like you, man. Like when it comes to watching the stuff, if there's good sport, if there's good storylines, man, I'm not tribalist, man. Like if there's good
There you
stuff
go.
going on, there's good stuff going on. But right now, I'm AEW. Just for
Yeah.
now, man. Sting's AEW. I'm AEW. The face paint, he's retiring on the 20th. I'm going to be in Pittsburgh
Mm.
for that, so I'm excited about that. But I live in the Atlanta area, and it's just 2 days from now, man. Winter is coming, and it's the AEW Dynamite winter is coming. Now, it's not the same date that Sting showed up, but it's the same program where Sting showed up, because he showed up on December 2nd at Winter is Coming. That's when he came in to AEW. And I remember he walked down, man, dude, I was watching it. I went crazy. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I remember
Same
he
here.
walked down that ramp. He stopped. He pulled the bat out of his jacket. By the way, this Wednesday, I'm gonna be there live for the show right there. But I'm getting that in a minute. But I remember he pulled that bat out of his jacket. He walked into the ring. He looked at a couple other people, but the main thing was he got down there. He stooped down and he looked Darby right in the eye, and that was the beginning of that friendship, of that team. Where they went on and they won. And he retained those belts when he retired. So that doesn't happen too much in wrestling, but that's one of those things where I think most people agreed with the fact that Sting deserved to have those belts. And hey, I don't care what anyone says, Tony Khan did him right. Some people don't like Tony. I like Tony, but I think Tony did him right, and it was a great ending to the story.
I 100% agree. I love Sting's retirement run. I loved all the matches, and I love the pairing with Darby. I love Darby.
Yeah.
And I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
And I think, doing a legend like that and them going out on top, I mean, it's just kind of like your NFL when, the guy goes, like Peyton Manning, he went out on top when he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He didn't try to come back for one more run, and then, it goes all to crap. He retired. He's like, I won the Super Bowl. I'm out on top. And that's kind of like it was with Sting. He won the titles. Him and Darby had a good run with him, which I was expecting, because the ways we've been used to for so many years, him and Darby to lose the titles. And then when he won it, I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then
I was there too. I was at that match. I was there front row, man. It was crazy. And I remember when Garrett came out, people were going crazy, man. They thought, dude, this is Sting. They thought it was Sting, right? Then after a few seconds, they realized, well, maybe that's not him. And then Steven came out, and they're like, oh, we see what's going on here. And it was just crazy, man. It was a great experience, but that they did him right, man. And I think that, I don't know what's going on with Darby. Darby lives in the Atlanta area. They're building a skate park down there in McDonough, Georgia, which I think he lives in McDonough. He and Tony Hawk are building that. So, if he's going to be at the show, I mean, he might be at the show this Wednesday, even if he's not in action. I'm hoping he's there just to at least talk, or something. If not, and it's best for him to not be there and just get better, then, that's where we got to just, pray for him and make sure he's all good.
Yeah, Darby worries me a lot when he does his stuff, but I love that he does it, man. He goes out there and he lays it out on the line every single time.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. Yeah, he's passionate about it. One thing you can't say about him is that he doesn't give 100%. He is one of those guys, no matter what he does, if he ever leaves wrestling and goes to do something else, I don't care what it is. If I own a company, and something he does as part of my company, I would want him there, because he's one of those people that is going to be successful no matter what. So
and I shared a post about a month ago when Darby returned after he defeated John, and he led that flag in the middle of the ring. And like I said, just like Sting was Team WCW all the way, Darby's the same thing with AEW, and it's great having those company guys. It is.
Yeah.
They're there to really push and build the company and push the company. And they're not worried about the money. They're not worried about the fame. They're like, man, this is my home. This is where I'm going to be. And I love how Sting said today, I think it was yesterday on an interview on another podcast, he said when he showed up in AEW, it felt like home. Yeah. So you got those wrestlers that, they could go anywhere and they get a good
Yeah.
paycheck, but so one of
Yeah.
the places feel like home. I think Sting missed that with WCW, and AEW
Yeah.
brought that back for him.
Exactly.
So
And a lot of people say, I'm not going to mention any names here, but a lot of people say that certain people did him wrong. A lot of people are like, oh, he should have had a better run here, or something should have been done different there. We say that, but the person you never hear talk bad about anybody is Sting. And I think that says a lot about his character, because I think people that have great character, even when they're attacked, they don't necessarily say something bad about somebody else. Maybe in wrestling, because that's part of the show and everything like that. But I mean, he's the kind of guy that, and I'm just be honest, I don't know him personally. I've met him a few times. He signed some things for me. I don't know him personally, so I don't know these things firsthand, but I'm just saying, like, I think, just from, seeing him and the way he reacts with people, like when he left wrestling, when he retired, you would be hard pressed to find anybody who had anything negative to say about him. I don't think if you went and asked 100 wrestlers that one person would ever say anything negative about him, because he was the type of person who was, back there always encouraging people. I mean, even if he doesn't agree with you, maybe he's the type of person who's not going to bring that up. He's going to bring up the things that help you, and I think that's the type of person that he is. Again, I don't know. I'm just taking some guesses, but I mean, that's the only type of person that would be able to leave the industry that they're in and not have anybody say anything negative about him. I mean, because there's almost every other wrestler, except for maybe Eddie Guerrero, people, you could find one or two people to say something negative about him, just because, you're, where I work, I could probably find one or two people to say something negative about me, but it's just things you can't, things you can't worry about. You just got to do what you do. But, Sting's that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sting is. I've seen some wrestlers on podcast interviews as well, and they have stated as well, like, Sting has helped them with their work, with their in-ring work, the promos, and their character work. And Sting's that locker room leader, and hopefully he still helps backstage. And this isn't really it, but if it is, hey, he's had a great career, and I'm glad he came back, because when he had that last match against Seth in WWE, and I was like, man, he can't go out like this. Like, and I get it, injuries, man. You got to be careful, especially what he got. But I was like, man, this can't be it. And then when he came back at AEW, man, that gave me goosebumps, and my mouth dropped. I was like, when the Titantron first came on, I was like, the snow, what's up? First I thought it was something with Darby. The way Darby's in the ring. And I was like, well, maybe Darby, a mystery partner or something. And all of a sudden I seen the Crow. I was like, no.
That's what I was doing. I was like, once I saw the Crow, man, I was like, this has gotta be Sting. You gotta be kidding me. So it was amazing. But I'll tell you one thing I like.
Back and watch it.
Yeah, one thing I like about him too is that, and I know this isn't what the podcast was supposed to be about, but it's what it's about. So is when you see him at these autograph sessions, at these conventions and stuff like that, he's really nice with the fans. He's really good with people. He likes to listen to the stories. You can tell. What I like about him the most is when the little kids come up there, and this light in his eyes just comes on. He just has this heart for kids. You can tell. And I think part of it is because he's got grandkids now. He's got a new grandbaby, so respect to him for that. I've got grandkids myself. So again, I told you I was old. I wasn't as old as him, but I just love the fact that he's that guy who, who he is behind the scenes in wrestling. And then he's that same way out there with people in the public. He's just a very compassionate. And I personally think that has a lot to do with his faith and who he is when it comes to that. And, how he changed over the years because of that.
Yeah, and that's one thing I loved about Sting is he shared his faith publicly. I'm a Christian. I have faith in Jesus Christ myself. And when he came out with his testimony and always kept his faith out there. Yeah. I mean, the guy had a Toby Mac theme song at one point in TNA.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. So that's one thing awesome that he and I share. So it's interesting, man. I'll go to these shows. I'll be there Wednesday night, and people are chanting certain chants, and I don't chant them, because I'm just like, I'm not going to say these words, man. I'm just not going to be out here chanting these words. And people are going to be like, oh, that guy that's supposed to be like Sting is over here chanting these words. It's just, that's just who I am. Like, hey, if you're not that person, ain't no hate. I'm just saying that that's just not me. But, one thing I will be chanting this Wednesday, though, is I'm going to be chanting that Ricochet's a bully and see if he comes over and takes care of business. Because my thing is like, you don't say you're going to do something and then not do it. So look, man, I'm just saying, if I end up taking one to the face from him, it could be his foot or his hand. Look, the dude's fast. I ain't taking nothing away from him. But Wednesday, he's going to do one of two things, man. But one of three things. One, he's either going to ignore me and he's going to get in the ring and just do his thing. I might have to shout a little bit to get his attention. Two, he's going to come over there and punch me in the face or try to punch me in the face. Or three, I'm going to get Ricochet to apologize to me and say he shouldn't have made that threat. So we're going to see what happens Wednesday. Yeah. I mean, look, man.
Okay.
You can't make threats to people and then not follow through or apologize. My thing is like, I raise my kids that way. Like, look, when you say you're going to do something, you do it, but if you say something bad to somebody, you don't do that. You go to them and you apologize for it, because that's not the way you handle things. So Ricochet, I've been trying to get his attention. He responded to me. I did a little promo video, basically saying that some people never go up and stop being bullies. And I put that out there. I think I've got like almost 2,000 views on that on YouTube. And then I've been posting it, thinking Ricochet is going to respond, thinking maybe somebody from AEW is going to respond. I can't get anybody to respond because these people don't check. Obviously, man, I'm not expecting them to. These guys are busy. They got, heavy schedules. They're not checking IG messages and stuff like that. And I don't have email addresses for them. But Ricochet didn't check any IG messages, but he made so after his match the other night, somebody posted on the video that Ricochet posted that his shoulders weren't down. And Ricochet came back and said, I can't help it if the referee doesn't see it, my dog. So I responded and I said, well, I can't help it if Wednesday night you walk by me and don't see me and don't punch me in the face like you promised you were going to do at AEW Collision on Thanksgiving, and he just did a hashtag STFU. We know what that means. So I was like, oh, or what? You're going to punch me in my face, or you're going to threaten to punch me in my face? So it's out there. I posted it on my my Instagram. So if you want to go there, you can see the posts and stuff like that. But I haven't heard from him since then. Nobody from AEW has gotten back to me. So I'm going to just show up Wednesday. We're going to see what happens. He may completely ignore me. He may walk away. That's fine, man. But I'll be there ringside. I'll be facing camera. So we'll see what little Ricochet does, man. The thing about it is this. I was going to cut another promo video, but I'm just going to do this while I'm right here and just basically say it, because there's some people think that your physical strength is what makes you a man. They think that your ability to perform certain sports is what makes you a man. But that's not what makes you a man. What makes you a man is what we were talking about earlier, is how you treat people. Mm-hmm. And that's why Sting was so successful and continues to be successful. My son he's got his own company. He raised some money and he's getting hoodies, and we're going out tomorrow and he's going to be giving hoodies to the homeless people in Atlanta. My son, that's a man. Ricochet, you want to call people out. You want to treat people like trash or whatever. So that doesn't make you a man. That doesn't even make you a boy or a child. What that makes you is a piece of garbage. So basically, you're going in the ring, you're treating people this way, you're walking around, you're talking to people like this. If you want to come over there and see me, I'll be waiting for you, trash man. That's all I got to say.
You hear it, Ricochet. Come on.
Yeah.
Bald man. King Ricochet.
Yeah.
I'm with Sting here. Are you going to do it or are you not going to do it?
DoppelStinger. I'm not Sting.
Yeah, DoppelStinger. DoppelStinger.
Yeah. I don't want to be. Look, I like doing the cosplay, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's been great. The tribute, the cosplay. Most people, right, especially now that Sting's got the gray hair, most people know I'm not him.
Right.
there have been a couple of unfortunate circumstances where people have come up to me and said things like, I had one lady at the last Atlanta show come up to me and say, "Oh, I just want to let you know you made my childhood." I'm like, "No, I didn't. I don't know you. You know, I'm not Sting." And she was like, "Oh, you're not Sting?" They told me you were Sting. So that's happened a couple times where people have, come up to me and said stuff. But, I think it's a little bit easier now that he's got the gray hair and stuff like that. So, I don't think I do the paint much better than anybody else. There's some great guys out there. There's a guy that told me I kind of inspired him. I think it's that Sting gimmick. He's out there doing some Sting cosplay. There's some other people. Yeah, there's some other guys out there that do Sting cosplay. I don't think it's the makeup. I think it's just that I was kind of blessed, if you will. Sting will be like, "Oh yeah, I don't know if you were blessed," but with a similar face shape, similar hairline, which I wish it wasn't that far back, but it is. So that's why it's easier for me to get closer to the look. I got this jacket that's very similar to his, and these custom gloves that I had made. So I'm just kind of lucky that I was kind of given this kind of big old head. So.
Yeah. And man, when I showed some pictures to some people that are wrestling fans after All in Texas.
Oh yeah.
They saw me with you and they're like, "You got a picture with Sting?"
Oh, that's funny.
No. I got a picture with DoppelStinger, and I told him about it. And I was like, but I told him, man, when I see you walk by, I was like, "There's no way Sting's walking right in front of me."
Yeah.
And so DoppelStinger, but hey, man, I love that you're keeping the legacy of Sting alive with this, because just like I've seen people with Macho Man on, even Hogan stuff on now, and all these Eddie Guerrero and all these legendary wrestlers that are passing on or they're retired, and they're just keeping it alive, especially Sting. I mean, the face paint's iconic. I mean,
man, and that's the thing,
you'll never see that ever again.
Right. So one of the guys that I look at online, and he kind of encouraged me to do this. I think what happens is he encouraged me, and then I encourage somebody else. But he doesn't do Sting; he does Macho Man. It's the Macho verse. So if you follow the Macho verse, I followed him. He's great, man. He does Macho everywhere. Problem is, I can't put this on like every day and go out and walk around, because people will call the cops and be like, "Hey, there's this crazy guy that's got this face paint on, just walking around Walmart or wherever, and people will kind of freak out."
Funny games.
Yeah. And then when I go to these conventions, it's funny because people who know wrestling, they're like, "Oh man, that's a great Sting," or whatever. And they'll come up to me. The people who don't know wrestling, what do you think they say? They usually go, yeah, if they don't know wrestling and they don't know who Sting is, they'll go, "Oh, Kiss?"
Yeah,
like,
Kiss.
No.
Yep.
Like, no, not Kiss.
Or Crow. The Crow.
Oh, the Crow. Yeah. I actually get Kiss more than the Crow, because I think if people are old enough to know the Crow, they usually know who Sting is, especially if they're into wrestling. But but most people are like, "Oh, Kiss." Yeah. I'm like, "No, Sting, the wrestler." That's why this, Or if I go out, it's funny because I'll wear this shirt right here to just out and about. And sometimes people are like, "Oh, you're a Scorpio." I'm like, "No, that's not what the shirt is. It's I'm an Aries." But it's kind of cool though, it brings up conversation. And it was kind of uncomfortable one time, and I didn't even have the face paint on. I was in Costco, and this guy walks up to me. I had this on, and I just had some black pants on, some black shoes, and the guy comes up. He's like, I was walking out of Costco. He's like, "Hey, I hate to bother you, but are you Sting?" I was like, "No, I'm not." He's got white hair now. He's got the beard. I said, "But, I appreciate it. I do cosplay." So I gave him my page and stuff like that. He's like, "Man, so it's fun, but sometimes it's uncomfortable, but getting mistaken for him without the face paint is also kind of cool. You know what I mean? Because it's easier to get mistaken for him with the face paint, but if I don't have the face paint on, and then, I kept this, I've grown my hair. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but a year ago, man, my hair was down with a 3 on the clippers. Now this hair is so long, man. It's ridiculous. I don't think my hair's been this long since I was in high school. What's that?
Have you done the red and black one too? The red and black face paint?
No, man, this is the only thing I've done so far. So I think maybe after he retires, I'll try my hand at some different ones. But I kind of just wanted to do this version that he was in AEW, just the whole time. But there's some great guys, man. I've seen, hopefully I could pronounce his name right. There's guy named Bobby Roloffs. He does like
Mhm.
all these different versions of Sting at the conventions. And he even posted one time he was at the hotel, and Sting and his manager walked up behind him and recognized him and just had a conversation with him. It's just, again, that goes back to who Sting is. He's just this great guy, in real life. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I always go back and watch the '97 Starrcade with Hulk Hogan and Sting. That entrance was
Yeah.
the entrance was iconic. One of the best, in my opinion, in
Yeah.
wrestling history. Like,
yeah. And I tell you what, man, like my favorite match was with, back with him and Ric Flair. I go all the way back to the 80s and wrestling and stuff like that. But man, Ric Flair, like, I'm just gonna say this, man. Sting's my guy. I dressed up like Sting, but man, Ric Flair, to me, he's the guy. When he was on the mic, I always wondered, is this part of the show, or is this like a shoot? Is he shooting? Is this part of the show? Like, you never knew with him. Like, he would like be going off. I mean, remember that one time he went off on Bischoff? But I also heard that they would take the real life controversies and disputes that they had and just build it into the scenarios and the scripts and stuff like that. So that made it a little bit easier. But man, I'm telling you, man, Rick always had me wondering, like, if it was real or if it was like part of the show, man. Like, nobody could do it like him. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's guys that were great on the mic, like The Rock, great on the mic, but funny, but not like, oh, is this real? Like, but Rick would sell it like nobody else would sell it.
Yeah, and that's one thing I loved about, especially the old days, and I've been harping about it a lot on social media lately, the NWA days. And they always brought that. They always brought some of the real life stuff. And sometimes you're like, are they really upset at each other? Are they really fighting each other? Is this a real promo, or is this a shoot? And that's what I loved about old school wrestling, because nowadays you get social media. You might see the guys having a drink after the show, and you just saw them beat the mess out of each other. Back then you didn't have all that.
Yeah, and that's not too bad, but then it's like, when you get back on the mic, make us feel like it's real. You know what I'm saying? I want more of that. Like, make it feel real. Like, let me suspend my grasp on reality just for a few minutes, so I can I want to believe you're really mad at the guy you're getting ready to get in the ring with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but
that's why I say we should always protect kayfabe.
Oh, exactly.
Behind the curtain and all this stuff. It's all right, Okay, that's how you do things. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's like when you see a movie, you get the Blu-ray DVD, if that's even a thing nowadays. And you and you go to the deleted scenes, behind the scenes, and you see how they do it. And it's cool, especially when I was watching the one about Star Wars and seeing how they did all the fight scenes and everything. But when it comes to wrestling, I want you to show me that y'all really don't like each other, and bring the intensity, bring the heat, especially with heels. I want a heel to get me to hate you. I don't want to cheer you.
That's why he's not in there right now, but man, MJF, best heel today, my opinion. Yes. Right. So I saw MJF. No, man, he's like Rick was back in the day, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So and I don't know if this is true or if this is just kayfabe with him, but when he wasn't a heel, because he wasn't a heel for a little while, and I saw him, I caught him outside of the arena in LA at the Kia Forum, which is a whole different story. But I saw him outside, and I was like, hey man, I just want to let you know, you are the best on the mic since Ric Flair. And he's like, I was just talking to Rick the other day. He told me I'm better than him. So I don't know if Rick actually told MJF, you're better than me, and I know it, or if that was just him, if that was just kayfabe. But no, he's, in my opinion, he's the best on the mic, because like when he talks, you're like, is this real? Is this not real? So that's what I like about that kind of stuff.
And that's one thing about MJF. You catch him out in public. I mean, he's like Ric Flair. He's all day. Like, he's out in public. Like when I saw him all in Texas, he was walking with the Hurt Syndicate when he was trying to get in at the time. We were all like, JF, and he's just all like, I have no time for you peasants. I don't have time for you. He gets on the elevator, he goes up, and I'm like,
Yeah, he's just good. He's just good at that, and I think that,
I really love and appreciate that.
Yeah, I think if
Even
you
if
do
you
that
couldn't.
well, you know what I'm saying. But then there's guys that, they think they can do that, but they really can't. Ricochet, So that's all I'm saying. So I mean, I can just guarantee you this. All I can say is this: if MJF would have told me to shut my mouth or he punched me in my face, MJF would have came over there and probably tried to punch me in my face.
He would have.
Right? Exactly. Ricochet won't do that because Ricochet is just a bully and he's all talk. That's all he does is he talks, and then he has his dudes do everything for him because he doesn't do anything. I mean, yeah, he's great. Don't get me wrong. He's a great talent, Like he could probably, if I got in the ring with him, I wouldn't last maybe like 3 seconds. That would be the 3 count. That's all it would be. But I'm just saying, like, you're not going to make a threat to me and then walk away. Like, come over and let's do something about it. So that's all I'm saying. Right. So Wednesday night, Atlanta, Georgia, winter is coming. Ricochet, don't just sing it, bring it. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Ricochet, you're hearing it here. You hear it here, Ricochet.
Yeah, man.
DoppelStinger's calling you out.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Wednesday night Dynamite. I'll be watching.
Let's see what you got, trash boy.
Yeah. You are a big keyboard warrior, Ricochet, but
he is. He does the hashtags. He points at me. He walks by me. He doesn't want to. I don't know. Maybe he sees me and he thinks like, oh man, he looks too much like Sting. I got too much respect for Sting. I don't want to go over there and do something to this guy. And or maybe he's like, man, if this guy's anything like Sting, I know I have no chance of doing anything to him. You know what I mean? Because he couldn't hold a candle to Sting. I mean, shoot, he couldn't hold a fake candle to Sting. That's all I'm saying. It's like this guy thinks that he's going to point people out. I mean, look, he went over to that. I forgot the guy's name. I'm not a country music fan, but he went over there and the guy pushed him. And then what did he do? He walked away. He's like, "Come on, guy, come over the ring. Come over the rail. Come on in." And he backed up. Again, bully backs down when he's called out. So he walked by me.
Right.
He got into it with somebody else. Backed down. It was so funny because he's like, Aubrey, back up, get him, Aubrey, and he, just kind of going off. So whatever.
Over the rail. Maybe you should just came over the wall there. Just start going after with that back.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I know those guys. Those AEW security guys. Big dudes, man. Big dudes. There's one guy, man. David, man. His nickname is Cheesecake. He's the big dude, the big black dude. Yeah, he's a cool guy, man.
Oh yeah, I said hi to him one time.
Yeah, so his nickname is Cheesecake. Apparently, if I can get the story right, apparently he used to skip one of his classes in high school and go to Burger King and get one of the cheesecakes they had there. So that's how he got his name. So if you're ever there and you see, I think his name is David Aponte, and you're down by the ringside, just call him Cheesecake because that's his nickname. So, but I ain't trying to jump over the rail. Look, I'm just saying I haven't tried to jump over the rail yet. All I'm saying is we'll see what happens Wednesday. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Arlington, Texas, January 2nd, Collision will be near me, so I'm gonna try. That show. Hopefully get front row seats again. When I went to Dynamite, got front row seat. That was like the best experience I've ever had at a wrestling show.
Yeah, it's tough getting those front seats, man.
It is tough. Like as soon as they go on sale, it's boom, and I'm just I was so grateful I was able to get mine. And I had my sign. I was trying to get Samoa Joe. I was like, Samoa Joe fears Hangman. He looked at it, but didn't do anything. So
he didn't say anything.
No.
Yeah, because he's not a bully, man. You talking about Samoa Joe? Samoa Joe. He's Samoa Joe. Joe's gonna kill you. He's at least when Samoa Joe says something, he follows through on it.
Yeah.
Unlike Ricochet, who just talks, doesn't do anything about it.
Right. So, and Hangman, Hangman, he says he does something, he's gonna do it. So
exactly, man.
I'm like, Hangman's lucky. Ricochet's lucky. Hangman coming after that national title. Yeah.
And I don't even know. I know they got the Continental Classic Wednesday, so I don't know if does Ricochet have a match yet? Have they put him in a match yet?
Don't think so.
I haven't seen anything yet.
I know he has a match at some promotion. soon defending that title. I can't remember which
Yeah.
one. I saw the advertisement a second ago. But he's
Yeah.
got that going on. He might be defending the title Wednesday. We'll see.
Yeah. I know he's
So you
here
can
in
throw him off.
Georgia. You know, Georgia's got a great indie promo, and I think it's run by QT Marshall. QT Marshall. I just call him QT Marshall, but it's called 1FW, man. Like
I think that was
1FW. Was that?
That was it.
Was that it? Oh, is
think so.
he going to be at 1FW?
I think
Oh
so.
man, if he's going to be at 1FW, man, I'm gonna have to call in work and show up at that. So
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out because I'm in Georgia, and like 1FW is like one of the best indie promos I've ever seen. They've got some great wrestlers there, dude. Their women's champ is a 17-year-old girl. Like I think she's 17.
What?
She might be 18. Yeah, she's like 17, 18 years old. She's been training since she was 13 years old. So like her name is Isis Reed. So just if you guys are on Instagram, follow her on Instagram. Tell her DoppelStinger sent you. But she's great. They've got just like their whole roster, man, is just really good. I was at one show, and Sid was trained by Darby. He wears some face paint too, and he was in a coffin match with somebody. The lights went out. When the lights came back on, Darby was there, so it was kind of cool. Yeah. So, support your local indie promos too.
He's defending the title Rev Pro on Sunday at
Rev Pro. Oh, next Sunday.
This
coming Sunday.
14th.
This coming Sunday.
Yep. It'll be at Cardiff though.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's going to be in Cardiff.
I mean, if you want to go to Wales,
Yeah, that's
take the trip out of the country.
Yeah, I'd
follow him wherever
go over
he
there.
goes.
I don't have my passport right now, though, man. I got to get that straightened out this way, So.
Right. I'm hoping one day I can. God, I would love to go to London All In next year. I really would.
I was so excited last year when they announced that this year All In was going to be in the United States. I'm like, dude, I gotta go to that. So it was an amazing show. And look, man, I don't know if this gets to Tony, man. Like I'm just going to tell you, man, it was a great show. But I got there at like 8:30 in the morning for the VIP thing. That thing didn't get over till like 8 o'clock at night, or I don't even remember what time it got over. But it was like a 6-hour show plus all the time before that. I love getting my money's worth. Don't get me wrong. Man, I was tired though. It might have been a little too long of a show. So
I enjoyed it. I didn't think. I honestly didn't think too long. I love the pay-per-views.
Yeah,
and how long they are, and like you said, you're getting your money's worth. But that's just me. I do prefer it more in the afternoon time.
Yes, the afternoon time is great.
When it starts 7 at night and it's midnight, and you're like, I'm still
if you're starting it at 7, you're doing the pre-show at 7, you got the 8, just end it at like 11 or 12. But it's definitely starting them early and having a longer pay-per-view. I don't mind that at all, especially if it's during the daytime. I think that's the way to go.
Oh yeah, and I'm waiting to see what he's going to do in 2027 when we have no big show. Because WrestleMania going to be in Saudi, so he said he's planning something. And I'm waiting for those tickets in the show.
Yeah,
so I gotta go to that one myself.
Yeah,
hoping he has it in Texas again. I would love a Texas pay-per-view every year.
Well, look, man, I love you guys in Texas. Sting lives in Texas.
Yeah,
but I'm in Georgia. Tony hasn't given us a pay-per-view yet. And I remember back in 2023, it was August of 2023, I went to an event out in Gwinnett County, Georgia. And Tony came out and he said, would you guys like to see a pay-per-view here? We're all like, yeah. And then he never brought one to us. So Tony needs to bring us a pay-per-view here in Georgia. But,
he did the same thing in Houston.
Texas. What's that?
So he did the same thing in Houston when I went to that Dynamite show.
Oh, really?
Pay-per-view in Houston? I was like, okay.
But you guys got the one in Arlington. I know it's not like right there, but
True. But I mean, if you're gonna say you're gonna bring it, just like
Ricochet, that's true.
Do it.
Yeah, that's true. I ain't gonna hate too much on Tony though, man. He's doing his thing. Yeah, I know a lot of people hating on both teams. Like, I think it's like if you like a storyline, you like a storyline. If you don't, you don't. Just like the attacks, because my thing is this, and I'm just gonna say this without talking about specifics, but I think it's the same way sometimes in politics, religion, wrestling. It's like if it's not your team, you automatically hate it. It doesn't matter if there's something good going on over there, something not good going on. You're just going to automatically hate that. And to me, that's just not the way to be. Like, I've got people who have different views than me on politics, we're still friends. Like, I can have a conversation with people. If I have a different view than you on something that happens in wrestling, let's have a conversation about it. You know, the problem is like, we don't want to talk anymore. We just want to like, and most of it is these guys online, all they do is post about it, you know, and I'm sure if they, you know,
Keyboard
they're
warriors.
they're the little ricochets out there, you know, they're the guys who are going to talk about it. And then, you know, if they see Tony Khan face to face, or they see one of these wrestlers face to face, they're not going to say anything. There's people out there that say, "Oh, Darby should stop this. He's an idiot." Blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah. Why don't you go to a show? Why don't you go to a show? Sit there, and when he comes out, say it to him. Wait outside, and when he comes in, say it to his face. You won't do it because you're a wimp and you're a keyboard warrior. So that's what it comes down to. Like, a lot of people have this fake bravery out there. Quit having fake brave. Be a brave person. Don't just sit there and talk about something and act like you're brave and hide behind, you know, this mask. There's one guy out there. I blocked him. I was just tired of hearing it. I don't even remember his name. I don't want to remember his name. But all he did was bash one of the wrestling organizations, and I'm like, dude, like, is that your whole entire life? Because he didn't do anything else on his Instagram or his Twitter except for bash one of the wrestling organizations. That's all he did. He wasn't even talking about one of them being great and how, oh, I really liked this match. It was just all about bashing. And I'm like, man, you got to have a better life than that. And you know, you're like me. I think if you go, you know, hey, this was a good storyline. I didn't like that. I think they should have done this better. That's a different story. But just bashing the entire time is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it was just like I think it was Julia Hart when she did that moonsault. The timing didn't do it right. But I loved and appreciate how she still worked it and still you know, did that little jump and put the elbow in. Like I give her mad props of like trying to cover it up. And I saw social media, they were just all like, "Oh, see, this is what they got in AEW. They ain't professionals. Oh, look at her. They should take her off TV." Bob. And I was like, man, get out of here. She's a trained wrestler. She's been doing what
Let's
she
see you
loves.
get in there and try to do it, right?
Exactly. You probably fall flat on your neck and then you go to the hospital.
But these referees, though, man, like, I get it. Like, if it's like a close 3 count, I've seen a couple of them in the past few months in both organizations, both of the big organizations, totally screw up 3 counts. I'm like, they were like, oh, they lifted. I'm like, they didn't lift an arm. Just count it. Like, you know, at this point, you just got to count the person down, and then what happens. You know, like, I just don't get that. But going back to Julia Hart, I was at Full Gear in 2023 when she won the championship. And what I love, though, because, you know, I'm a dad, you know, I looked over and her parents were there and her mom was like crying. I love that kind of stuff. Like, these people are, I mean, these are real people. Like, these, they're wrestlers. Yeah, they're entertainers, but they have families. They have people that cheer them on, people that want to see them succeed. And when they get hurt, when Darby got hurt, I'm sure he's got family that is like worried about him. Like, this whole thing about like, oh, he's an idiot because he does this. No, man, he's given 100%. That's just who he is. But just because that's not you doesn't mean it's wrong. That's just who he is. So, you know, like, we got to stop like attacking people just because we just don't like the way they do stuff, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, and that's one thing. There's some podcasts out there stop listening to because all they do is attack, bash. And it's like, I can't listen to this no more. Like, it's just, it's too much hate, man. I love professional wrestling. I don't care. Like, there's some I like more than others. There's a lot of times where I've liked AEW more WWE, more so. Now, really loved it when Heyman was champion. Now he's not. I still love it, but hey, my boy, get the title back. But but I'm starting to get on that NWA. I love GCW. Oh my gosh, GCW gave me an adrenaline rush.
They're really good, man.
Oh, like, it was from start to finish. Like, I don't think I sat down.
So who you think is gonna be the next AEW World Champ?
I want it to be Hangman, but I have a feeling as MJF is going to cash in that Casino Royale. Of course, Tony.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. He's got that still, doesn't he?
Yep, but he changed the rules. He's got to give a week in advance, and the match has got to be set. No more cash in. No more.
That's right.
Cash in. So
I kind of like that because my thing is this is like,
it's different.
Yeah, because like let's say you're like me, like, and you like, oh man, MJF is like one of my favorites out there as far as heels go. Like, you know, if I know he's got a match, Like I might buy that pay-per-view. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would want to see that. But if all of a sudden he's got a match out of nowhere and I was working, you know, or whatever, and I couldn't get off to watch the pay-per-view, then I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have known about it. So I kind of like that. You know, I like the sneak stuff. You know, like let's continue the sneak ups for like, you know, just beating the crap out of people or whatever. You know, not for, you know, belts. So I kind of like that.
I do too.
Would you agree with that? Or yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, I slightly like the Money in the Bank thing, but but it's only for one title though. Like I loved it when Austin Theory had it and he did on the United States title. So completely.
Oh yeah.
That was like what? Like okay, I actually like that.
Everybody thinks it's going to be the world title.
Exactly. So like if they did something similar to that, and whoever won it would cash on the national title, the continental title. It's like, okay, that's different. You know, it's not just the world title. Of course, you would think world title because like, oh, you get to pick any title, but why would you pick this title? So, but I like when they elevate those titles because I remember back in the day, WCW and NWA, the United States title. That's my favorite title belt of all titles.
Okay,
it was elevated. It was prestigious. You know, it was like a top title. And WWF back in the day, the Intercontinental title. You know, I mean, heck, we had Warrior Hogan fight for both titles.
Yeah.
So when I see that, and it's not just the world title, and these other titles feel more important or feel as important, that's why I love that. But the cash-in thing, it's been kind of, I don't know. I like to see something different. I like Tony Khan changed up the game.
Yeah.
And then it's a contract. It's a contract. So both people got to sign the contract.
Yeah. And so, I'm not going to hate on like the other, you know, like WWE because they do things different. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we go back to the whole thing where it's like, hey, this organization does their thing their way. They do their thing their way. And I know they're competitors. Like competition's good, man. Competition's good. Like, for example, I'm a Samsung
love for
guy.
Them to work together for one show.
Yeah. Like, just to kind of give you I'm a Samsung guy. I got, we were talking about this before. I got the Z Fold 7. A lot of people got the Apple. I ain't hating on people that got Apple, but if Samsung wasn't elevating their game, there would be no reason for Apple to elevate their game. So you got to have competition out there so the other side elevates their game. And so to me, that's what it's all about. I'm still AEW right now, but we'll see what happens down the road. You know what I mean? But I'm AEW as long as Sting's AEW, DoppelStinger's AEW.
Which I believe, and I said this before, Tony Khan needs to open up a Hall of Fame. And
Sting I agree with you.
The first inductee.
Yes. Yeah. And then you got other people like shooting for that. So yeah, we'll see, man. I'm hoping not.
He ain't got long either.
Who?
Kenny Omega.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Cope.
A few years left. Cope.
Yeah. I'm hoping Cope comes back soon. I think he went to shoot like a movie or something like that. So
excuse me, I've been fighting a cough.
Oh, sorry, man. You're good.
But yeah, Cope, Christian, Sting. I mean, we got so many legends in AEW. I mean, Mark, Big Show, he's still there, or Paul White. Hey, and he talked about coming back for one more match. Yeah.
Well, I was out and all in, man. During the Starcast, I got on an elevator. I was a little scared because Paul White got on the elevator with me. And I was like, because, he's a big dude. So he gets on the elevator and he looks down at me. He looks down at me and I'm dressed like this. And he's like, it's kind of scary. Or he says something like that. He goes, it's kind of spooky. He's like, you're just a little shorter than him. And then I was just like, okay, I'm like, I don't know if that's good. I'm just going to like not say anything to him.
Don't choke me, please. Don't choke
yeah. I'm like, okay, thanks, man. But a couple stories.
I know y'all had beef back in the day, but I'm not him.
Yeah.
PTSD.
Right. Yeah. So I was out in Athens, Georgia, in a collision. I think it was at the beginning of this year or last year. I don't remember. But I was driving around. I was dressed like this. I get dressed like this hours before the show. So I'm driving around and I see Dax walking. This was before he was a heel. So I see Dax walking. He's got his suitcase and he's trying to find the arena. So I pull up and I have a black SUV, and I roll the window down, and I go, "Hey, you looking for something?" And he looks at me and he goes, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "No, I'm not Sting." He's like, "Oh," it's like, "You're not, man." Like, he was like kind of freaking out. He's like, "Oh yeah, I thought you were him, man. Sorry." I was like, "No problem." So I gave him a ride to the arena. So that was kind of funny. And then
Oh,
when I was out at All In, I was hanging out outside the arena, and I saw Sammy and Ty pull up, and he got out, and I'm like, let me go over there and see if he'll let me get a picture with him, So I pull up, and he sees me driving towards him, and I'm a distance away. I'm not like right up on him. So he's like, "Oh, hey." So I pull up and I roll the window down. I go, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" He's like, it's like, "I thought you were the real Sting, but yeah, come on, let's get a picture." So, I feel good when I fool the people that know him a little bit, so that's kind of fun. There is a story I can't share right now, but there's a story I'll get back on here and I'll share later about somebody else that I fooled, but I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. So,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a funny story, but I got to get permission from the person before I can tell the story.
Yeah, let's get that first.
Yeah.
Don't want no beef with nobody.
Yeah, no, except for Ricochet. Person.
Oh yeah,
I just want some beef with Ricochet.
And Ricochet is an Eagles fan, so if you hit him with the bat,
yeah, I mean, dude,
fans,
do what?
I just do it for the Cowboys fans,
Yeah. And I got a team. I'm not even going to talk about my team right now. They're doing so badly this year. So they were doing great last year, and then this year it's just not that great.
Yeah, go through the tough years to get to the good
ones. Yeah, my team had a lot of tough
Jaguars
years.
Fans right now, they went through a lot of tough years, and look at this year. They're doing pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to somebody the other day, man. When I was growing up, the Lions were like the biggest joke, and they're not the big joke anymore. So
I mean, they were Chiefs. They were Chiefs.
Yeah.
They were
bad. They're struggling this year, man.
Oh yeah,
it's a struggle. That game last night was ridiculous. Like Patrick was just throwing everything right there. Right. People were dropping it. I was like, man, they got to get back together and kind of refocus. So the thing I like about Patrick Mahomes though is like he always stays calm. Even like when things are going crazy, you see him over on the sideline, just like focusing, trying to figure things out. That's to me, that's like kind of what you got to do. Some of the best quarterbacks of all time were that way. Like the people that get emotional and stuff like that. Some of those guys are good, but usually the people who are like more successful are the ones that stay calm, stay focused. Because if you get in your emotions, sometimes like Ricochet did, then he's going to have a problem. So
yeah, Ricochet. I mean, you got to show up. You got to show up Wednesday. Show up Wednesday.
Yeah. Hey, look,
DoppelStinger's going to be right there.
Yeah, I don't know because he's not scheduled for a match yet. I'm hoping he shows up. If he doesn't show up, then he doesn't show up. But if you show up, Ricochet, I'm going to be sitting front row, ringside, facing the camera. So if you're doing an interview, I might be heckling you behind you. So why don't you just come over and take care of business before you get in the ring? Otherwise, you might have to take care of business when you get out of the ring, unless you're too scared to come by and talk to me and follow through on your promise to punch me in my stupid face. So I'll be there waiting for you.
Come on, Ricochet. Let's see you live up to your word.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
He ain't gonna do it.
I don't think so.
See, all talk.
I think so. Yep, just like Eagles fans, all talk.
Yeah, fly. he's just trying to fly. That's all he's trying to do. So
yep, he's trying to fly away.
Yep.
Well, DoppelStinger.
Yeah.
As we conclude,
yes.
Let the people know where they can follow you, what you got coming up. You preparing for Ricochet on Wednesday. I give you some workout tips.
Yeah.
But
I need that, man. Like I said, I'm almost as old as Sting, but I ain't nearly as fit as him. So I might need a little help, with that.
Well, we can get there.
Yeah.
But let them know where they can follow you. And I'd love to have you back on and we could talk about you and how all this got started and when you became a fan. Yeah. I would love to plan that in the near future. But let them know where they can follow you.
Yeah, man. I'm on like I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm on X. I don't have a Facebook yet. Trying to cater to the younger crowd, but it's DoppelStinger. But just make sure you spell it right because everybody wants to go DOPPLE. Should be right there on your screen. There is DOPPEL Stinger. Mm-hmm. So DoppelStinger. And I was, when I started the cosplay thing, I thought, we're not going to go into the whole thing. I thought, man, I got to come up with some kind of catchy name so that like I can have a handle on Instagram and do all these things, but I want a catchy name that kind of like, identifies me, but I don't want it to be like, Sting Guy or something like that. So one day I was just sitting there and the word doppelganger came to my head. And I was like, doppelganger. I said, like DoppelStinger. And I was like, oh, that's it. DoppelStinger. That's like perfect. So I looked it up just to make sure, like a doppelganger, somebody, there's some older roots to it, but typically people are like, oh, he's your doppelganger, somebody that looks like you. So, since people tell me a lot of, especially with the face paint, hey man, you look so much like him, not now with his beard and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, that's a great name to use. So I just basically took that and started using it. And then I remember when I put it out there, Sting or the people who handle Sting's social media, because a lot of these guys don't do their own social media, which I totally understand. Yeah, they liked the post that I had out there. I was like, DoppelStinger's the name, and it's here to stay. I got a like from his social media, so I was like, all right, to me that's a thumbs up. And and I've talked, I don't want to say talked to him, but I've seen him at a few shows, and he's always real nice, man. He takes pictures, and of course I'm paying for him, but but he's just a real genuine nice guy. But but coming up for me, I'm just gonna keep doing the videos. So if you guys want to follow me, you can follow me on any of those social media sites. And this Wednesday, man, if you're watching AEW Dynamite, unless security kicks me out, again, hopefully not.
Let's hope
I know
let's have some fun, y'all.
Yeah, I know the guys down there. They've always, been at a lot of shows, so hopefully they're cool. Hopefully we're gonna have a little interaction there. If not, I'm just gonna enjoy the show. If they tell me to sit down and shut up, if the security guys tell me to do that, I'm gonna do that. But other than that, I'm just gonna wait and see if Ricochet mans up and comes over there and does what he says he's going to do. I think the only person in his house with any talent has a non-compete right now. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah,
That's
2 years,
insane.
which is crazy to me. Yeah, I mean,
hate
not
those non-competes.
2 year non-competes are crazy. Because I think there was something about non-competes.
I think it's crazy in general.
Yeah, I think there was something about non-competes not being able to be enforced for certain things. So I wouldn't be surprised if like Tony had looked into that and maybe he thought like, yeah, it can't be enforced, but don't want to deal with all the hassle of having to go to court for all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, once that's over, I hope she goes after a wrestling career, because she talked about her wanting to train. So that would be cool to see her get in the ring and
because she said something about she didn't always want to be an announcer. So
she's great at it though.
Yeah, she's great at that. See, that's where you and I agree. But some people feel like she was like over the top with it. But again, we go back to the whole thing. Like let's just disagree and not like personally attack somebody. But
right.
So anyway, that's just my thoughts on it.
Everybody has a different opinion. And all you do respectfully, that's where we have a common ground. But when it starts to the bashing and the hating and the name calling and you're criticizing someone who's actually put in the work, then that's when it's like, okay, you're going too far.
Exactly, man. Yeah,
that's what I do here. When I do reviews, I'll share what I liked about the show, what I didn't like,
right?
And then at the end of the day, hey, I still love AEW, and I'm still going to watch. I'm still going to be a fan.
Yeah, let's just stop the personal attacks. Like let's talk about topics. Let's talk about things. Let's talk about shows. Let's talk about storylines. But attacking people as individuals, I mean, to me, it's gotten ridiculous, and that's why I'm saying like, hey, Ricochet, you want to attack me and tell me you're going to punch me in my face, but then you're not going to do it. Let's have something.
That's right.
So, yeah.
So y'all follow DoppelStinger. I got his socials in the description below. Got the TikTok, the Instagram, and the X. And I didn't get your YouTube social, but I'll add that in there.
I just started it, but it's still DoppelStinger.
That's why. I was like, I don't remember seeing him.
Yeah, I just started it. I mean, I posted a couple of shorts on there, and then I posted the video to Ricochet. So, hey, look, all you got to do right now is you just go out there and you type in Google, you type in DoppelStinger, you type in Ricochet. Together, you're going to see a whole page of stuff where I'm calling them out. If you go to any of my social media, you're going to see the little graphics I created with the help of AI and, just some things where I'm calling them out, and, let's just see what happens Wednesday. That's all I'm saying. I'll be there.
All right, I'll be watching.
All right, man.
For Dynamite, DoppelStinger. I'm so glad I got you on the show. I want to
Yeah.
have you back.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
I want to have you back for the interview. But another thing I think we can do is talk about some of Sting's matches over his career, especially after he officially retires. Let's do a little special episode on that one, and we can talk about our favorites. What was the best one? Good ones. WCW, TNA, whatever, and go over the legacy of Sting. And
one more thing, man. I just got to say this. I'm going to his last War Paint appearance in Pittsburgh on the 20th. So if you're there, I'd love to meet whoever goes to that. But man, if you guys want some like shoes made, there's this guy named Eccentric Art. It's spelled ECENTRIK Art. He made me some Sting shoes because we were talking about some of his favorite matches. Sting said that his favorite match, it was the Revolution match. He said it was the highlight of his career. I mean, look, he had his boys out there. He's a family man, and so it totally makes sense. So I commissioned him to make some shoes for me. They're amazing. You can see them on my Instagram and my Twitter and stuff or X, and we still have Twitter. But it's got a picture of Darby on one, picture of Sting on the other. Then on the back corner of one, it's got him and his boys, which makes complete sense. But then on the back corner of the other one, because I've got a daughter as well, I wanted to make sure his daughter was included. There was a picture of her backstage, and she had a little heart on her face and it said something like, "I love you, Dad." So I had him put that on the back corner of that. So now he just did a great job. So if you want some custom shoes, hit him up. But do me a favor. If you hit him up, don't just publicly ask him, like, how much are custom shoes? You got to give him some idea. Like, hey, this is what I want. Hit him with a direct message and say, these are the things that I want on the shoe. And this is the shoe I want it on. How much is it? It's not going to be cheap. This guy's an artist. So, he's got to get paid for his time. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there because we were talking about the matches.
Good things aren't cheap.
So, nope, absolutely not, man.
It's like this guy I follow on Instagram makes these replica title belts, and they're up there. But the way he does them, man, they look beautiful.
Yeah, I hear people getting ripped off all the time by these like cheap ones.
Oh yeah, these I've seen the reviews. I've seen people share them and tag them in it when they get their belts and everything. So I'm gonna have him do me a custom one. The Wrestling Lover Championship belt.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be custom made for me and my show. Hopefully to put it up there. So it might be a while before you get it because it's pricey, but it'll be well worth it. So
absolutely, man. Yeah, quality costs money. Absolutely.
Yes, maybe he can make you a Sting version. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I gotta save up that money for that, man. I'll spend it on matches and gear and stuff like that.
For sure.
So yeah, absolutely, man. Well, thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate it. And everyone, again, follow DoppelStinger. Together, we got to do the crow sound.
Yeah.
You want to do it with me?
Wait, the crow. What do you mean the crow sound?
The crow sound. Woo.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Ready?
Let's do it. Whoa! Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Ricochet. Right, I'll see you Wednesday, Ricochet. Let's see if you see me.
And I'll be watching Ricochet because I want to see if he can do it.
Yeah.
All right.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
Go follow DoppelStinger, y'all.
Appreciate it.
See. I take you.
Thanks, man. See you.
All right. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good one.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, everyone. That was DoppelStinger. Go follow him on all the socials, Instagram, TikTok, X. He's an awesome guy. Glad I got to meet him and all in Texas. And glad I get to interact with him and follow him. And same here. Have him here on my show. Go give him a follow. He's keeping the legacy of Sting alive. I love Sting. He's one of my favorites of all time. And I love that he's keeping it alive. And if you see him at a show, get a picture. Get a picture with him because, I mean, it's close to Sting you'll probably get now because Stinger, the real Stinger, he's going to be retiring here in the next couple of weeks. So, guys like him, they keep the tradition alive and keep his legacy alive. You got to respect it, and I love it. That goes for all you cosplayers out there. We do it for Macho Man Hogan. And if you want to come on the show, let me know. We'll get you on. So I appreciate everybody for watching. Love all y'all. And just remember, everyone, no tribalism. Just love professional wrestling. Have a good night, y'all.
When the lights fade, when the lights fade, the world holds its breath. The drums hit, the crowd erupts. From WWE to AEW, from NWA to TNA, all the way to New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is where legends rise. Aaron loves wrestling. Let's begin. Let the storm hit, feel the world shift. AEW, yo, we talking big lift. To the WA roots, seeing fire in the booth. New Japan warriors fighting for the truth. Crowds roar loud when the spotlight shines. Aaron loves wrestling, we live for the grind. Step into the ring, hear the heartbeat thump. Pyro in the sky, let the bass line jump. From the classic days where the legends were made to the modern era warriors never afraid. We break down drama, every shock, every twist, every dream match moment that you couldn't resist. From Tokyo Dome nights to the big raw stage, from Power Earth Studios to AIDS all rage. This is passion, combat, the soul of the show. We bring the breakdown, the hype and the glow. Every slam, every dive, every storyline ride. ALW where the love never dies. ALW where the love never dies. Boom, let the storm hit, feel the world shift. WEAEW, yeah, we talking big lift. TWA roots, TFI in the booth. New Japan warriors fighting for the truth. Crowds roar loud when the spotlight shines. Aaron loves wrestling, yeah, we live for the grind. We talk kings, icons, the rookies on deck. Champions with the gold hanging right on their neck. The moments that shock you, the promos that hit, those fight forever chants. Yeah, we feel all of it. We salute every brand, every style in the ring. Strong style, lucha libre, man, wrestling is king. From old school brawls to the high risk flights, we celebrate the craft and the love of the fight. Podcast vibes with that pay-per-view feel. Every episode hits like a main event deal. Aaron on the mic, yeah, he keeping it real. Breaking wrestling down with that champion pill. Yeah, breaking wrestling down with that champion appeal.
When the crowd goes silent and the bell echoes through the arena, when destiny calls.